All right, we're going to give you a video that shows you how to apply for a student pilot certificate, which is an important part of your aviation adventure. You're going to open a browser and you're going to go to a website called IACRA. It's IACRA.faa.gov. And when you get to this site, this is the Integrated Airman Certification and Ratings application. You're going to need to create an account, assuming you've never created one. And to do that, we're going to click on Register. And you're going to register as an applicant. And then you're simply going to scroll down and agree to the terms of service and click Continue. At this point, you do not have an airman certificate number or an issuance date, so we're just going to put in information about you. And you're going to put your first name in, your middle name in, then you're going to put your last name in, and any suffix if you have one. You're going to put in your date of birth. And once you do that, you're going to make sure to verify that date of birth. And then you're going to put in male or female, and you're going to put in your email address. Next, you're going to have to scroll down and pick some security questions. This is really going to be up to you, and you're going to have to figure out what you want those answers to be. But we're going to create a few really quick for this account. Now we've made those, we're going to create a username. We can make that whatever we want that to be. If it's already taken, you'll be told that it's already taken. And then you're going to have to create a password with some rules around it. Those rules are going to be pretty strenuous, but they're right here. You can see them if you click the little button. You need to be 12 characters. You need to use all one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, and one symbol. So we're going to go down here and do that real quick. And pick a name or a password. And then we're going to confirm that password. And when we do, we're going to say register. Perfect. And we're not going to save the password. We could be on a shared computer. It's very important that you write down your FTN number at this point. You're going to need that. You're going to need that number later on, and we're going to make sure we have that number written down for ourselves because we may need to use it in a little bit. So now we're going to go back home. It's going to make us log in now as that new user that we just created. And we're going to do so. Once we log in, and we're still not going to save that password, at this point it's going to make sure you're really who you are. So you're going to have to click Send Email. And that's going to send an email to your email address, and you're going to get a 6-digit security code that you're going to have to enter. This could take up to 5 minutes, so just be patient. Once you get that security code, you will want to enter it into the system. So you'll enter your code that you received via your email. And just click Log In. And once you do, you'll see that pop-up blocker. You have to have pop-ups turned off, meaning the pop-up blocker turned off for the FAA website so that it'll work. Once that code has been entered, you're going to just accept the terms of service again. And we're going to be at the application page. Now we're going to start a new application. This always happens the first time. They want you to go confirm all your profile information. So we're going to be sent over there. This was already entered earlier. And now we got to put in some more information. So we're from the United States. Always select do not use your social security number. And then you're going to put in some more information about yourself that would be historical information, of course. I'm going to run through and put this all in. So I put in the city of my birth, the county of my birth, all right, and then the country of our birth, the state of our birth. Go through all of this. Your hair color, your eye color, and then you're going to put in your weight and your height in inches. So 5 feet is always going to be 60 inches, and then you would add to that, of course. Okay, then you just type in your phone number into the browser as well. And then put in your residential information here. If you have an apartment or something, you'd put that in address line number 2. Then you would type in your city, your state, your zip code, and then you're going to click your country again. You are required to validate your residential address here, so go ahead and do that now. It's going to give you something that it wants to validate to, and you're going to select the validate and say, okay, continue. We're going to scroll back down here to choose whether or not we want them to release your address to the public. I would not do that, and so I'd say do not release my address to the public. And then there's 2 other checkboxes. If your mailing address is different from your residential address, you would click that and have to update that. Also a special mailing address. I don't have either one of those. You're going to validate your security questions again if you want to change those at all. And then you're going to click save. Okay, now we want to click start new application. And we are going to be requesting a student pilot. So you're picking pilot, then you're picking student pilot. And that's all the information we need right there. And you're going to say start application. From there, the first one's got a green checkbox. You don't need to do anything else on that one, so you can click that. We need to do certificate held. Do we know how to read, speak, and write English? Yes, we do. We do not have any of the items in M3 or medical. So we've not had a medical. We don't have a medical or an airman certificate. And we've not been convicted of a drug conviction. So now we can collapse this section. Basis of issuance, there's no information needed there, so we're going to close that. Pilot type, if we had logged any flight time for airplane, gliders, or simulators at this point, we would enter those numbers, but more often than not, there's never going to be any time at this point. And then you're going to review and submit. Have you previously received a notice of disapproval or been denied for any reason a certificate? And the answer to that is probably no in 99% of the cases again. So we're going to select no. And then we have to view the Privacy Act. So we're going to click on that. This is going to come up. You should read it and make sure you understand the Privacy Act. Once you've read this, you're going to simply say close. Once you want to review your application, we're going to click that button. And it's going to come up with a application that's going to be for the paperwork needed for the IACRA. It's all electronic now, but you do need to review this and make sure that your name's spelled correctly. Everything's going to be fine. Then click close. Once you've done that, you're going to submit your application. Once that application has been submitted, we're just going to simply return to the console. And we're back at the beginning and choose to log out.
Alright, so now that you started your student IACRA application, the next step is to complete your application with an instructor. This will be done at your Road to the Runway here at United Flight Systems. If you go to another school, just let your instructor know that you've completed the first half of the IACRA application. Once you meet with your instructor, you should expect a printed copy of your student pilot certificate after you've completed the IACRA application. In the following weeks, you should receive a plastic student pilot certificate similar to a driver's license. Remember, the original printed copy is only a temporary and it's only valid for 120 days. If you don't receive your official copy of your student pilot certificate in the mail within a few weeks, you'll have to contact the FAA. If you have any questions, you can contact our student success team at 281-376-0357. We look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for watching.